The story of Hamlet, Shakespeare's greatest tragedy. For over 400 years, William Shakespeare's stories have traveled across the world, told on stages, in classrooms, in movies, and in millions of homes. Among these stories, one stands above the rest. A tale of mystery, revenge, love, madness, and the struggle between right and wrong. The story of Hamlet, Prince of Denmark. Today, we explore this timeless masterpiece, its plot, characters, themes, and the deeper lessons that still matter today. This is the story of Hamlet, retold for a modern learner, yet unchanged in its emotional power. Part 1. Who was Shakespeare? Before we begin the story, let's briefly understand the man behind it. William Shakespeare lived from 1564 to 1616 during the English Renaissance. He wrote 38 plays, 154 sonnets, and several poems that transformed English literature. Shakespeare's plays explored human emotion, conflict, power, love, tragedy, humor, and the complexity of the human mind. Hamlet, written around 1600, is considered his greatest tragedy because it captures the inner battles of the human soul. Now, let's step into the world of Denmark, where the tragedy unfolds. Part 2. Setting the stage. The story begins in the cold night outside Elsinore Castle in Denmark. Guards stand watch, fearful and tense. They have seen something strange, something unbelievable. A ghost. A ghost that looks exactly like the dead king of Denmark. The guards decide to inform Prince Hamlet, the king's son. Inside the castle, something else has shocked everyone. After the king's death, Queen Gertrude, Hamlet's mother, has married the king's brother, Claudius, who now sits on the throne. Hamlet is devastated. His father dead. His mother remarried too quickly. His uncle now king. Hamlet feels something is wrong, but he cannot explain it. Not yet. Part 3. The Ghost's Message. One night, Hamlet meets the ghost of his father. The ghost speaks slowly, painfully. He was murdered. Not by accident. Not by illness. He was killed by Claudius, Hamlet's uncle, who poured poison into his ear as he slept. The ghost commands Hamlet to take revenge, to restore justice, to punish the evil that sits on the throne. Hamlet is shaken. He doesn't know whether to believe the ghost. Is it truly his father, or a demon trying to trick him? From this moment, Hamlet faces a deep internal struggle. Is revenge the right path? Can he trust his own mind? This begins one of the greatest psychological journeys in literature. Part 4. Hamlet's inner conflict. Hamlet cannot act immediately. He is thoughtful, intelligent, and philosophical. He questions everything. What is truth? What is justice? What is morality? What is life and death? Instead of taking revenge quickly, Hamlet decides to pretend to be mad. He acts strange, speaks in riddles, and confuses the people around him. This gives him time to observe, time to confirm the ghost story, time to uncover the truth. But this decision also creates misunderstanding and heartbreak, especially for one person, Ophelia. Part 5. Ophelia. Love and Tragedy. Ophelia is a young noblewoman, gentle, kind, loyal, and deeply in love with Hamlet. But Hamlet pushes her away. His confusion, sorrow, and anger spill into their relationship. He tells her harsh words, not because he hates her, but because he is drowning in his own emotional storm. Her father, Polonius, believes Hamlet is mad because of love. He tries to control Ophelia and spy on Hamlet, but his interference leads to tragedy later. Ophelia becomes an innocent victim of the conflicts around her. Part 6. The Play Within the Play. Hamlet creates a brilliant plan to confirm Claudius's guilt. He asks traveling actors to perform a play that mirrors the way the king was murdered. Poison poured into the ear. During the performance, Hamlet watches Claudius closely. At the moment of the murder scene, Claudius stands up, pale and frightened. He stops the play and rushes out. This reaction proves it. Claudius is guilty. The ghost was telling the truth. Now Hamlet must act. but something still holds him back. Part 7. The Consequences of Delay. Hamlet goes to confront his mother, Queen Gertrude. During their conversation, he hears someone hiding behind a curtain. Thinking it is Claudius, he stabs through the cloth. But it is not Claudius. It is Polonius, Ophelia's father. Hamlet's mistake triggers a chain reaction of sorrow. Ophelia becomes mentally unstable. As she sings sad songs, confused and heartbroken. Eventually, she dies, possibly by drowning. Her brother Laertes returns, furious, demanding revenge. Now, anger and tragedy spread like wildfire through the kingdom. Part 8. Claudius's plan. King Claudius sees an opportunity. He arranges a duel between Hamlet and Laertes. But this is no ordinary duel. The sword Laertes will use is poisoned. And if that fails, Claudius prepares a poisoned drink for Hamlet. It is a deadly trap. Part 9. The final duel. The duel begins. At first, Hamlet scores several hits. But then Laertes strikes Hamlet with the poisoned blade. In the chaos, the swords switch. Hamlet wounds Laertes with the same poisoned weapon. At that moment, Queen Gertrude accidentally drinks the poisoned wine meant for Hamlet. She collapses. The truth bursts open. Laertes confesses Claudius's plan. Hamlet, filled with anger and justice, finally takes action. He stabs Claudius with the poisoned sword and forces him to drink the rest of the poison.
Claudius dies. Laertes dies. Gertrude dies.
And Hamlet, with his final breath, names a new ruler, Prince Fortinbras of Norway. Moments later, Hamlet dies as well. The stage is filled with grief, a tragic reminder of how revenge, corruption, and indecision destroy lives. Part 10. Themes and Lessons. Hamlet's story is powerful not just because of the events, but because of the deeper ideas it explores. 1. Revenge versus morality. Is revenge ever justified? Hamlet struggles to balance emotion with ethics. 2. Appearance versus reality. Nothing is as it seems. People hide truths behind masks. 3. The complexity of the human mind. Hamlet is thoughtful, intelligent, emotional, and conflicted. A truly realistic character. 4. Corruption of power. Claudius's actions show how greed destroys families and nations. 5. The fragility of life. Death appears throughout the play, reminding us to reflect on life's meaning. These themes make Hamlet relevant even today. Part 11. Why Hamlet is still important. Why has Hamlet survived for centuries? Because it speaks to human nature. Everyone has experienced doubt, fear, confusion, betrayal, grief, anger, indecision. Hamlet is a mirror of the human soul. His thoughts, his emotions, and his struggles feel real even today. Students, actors, philosophers, and ordinary readers continue to find meaning in this masterpiece. Closing. This is the story of Hamlet, a story of truth, tragedy, and the search for meaning. A story that has shaped literature, theater, and culture for over 400 years. And a reminder that the human heart is filled with both light and darkness, and that the choices we make can shape our destiny. Thank you for joining this journey into Shakespeare's world. May his words continue to inspire curiosity, wisdom, and understanding.
Alrighty, my magical beans, it's time to go, but before I vanish in a sparkly poof, hit that like button like you're high-fiving the moon, subscribe so we dance again soon.